Oh, do you need to get in here?
Yeah, actually, if you want to just click on. Let me see if I can see it from there.
I can move for you, bro.
Thanks, man. I'll be real quick. Is that keyboard still plugged in? Sweet.
Well, we're live right now, so we got
rolling.
you. We got you, and the game is underway. Well, actually, it's not here in the bar, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause our thing. Hey, sorry about the strange beginning to our stream, but little bit of technical issues.
I don't know where we're at on that game, though.
Yeah, we're right. We're just about synced up now. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. We're a minute underway. Christian, it's Reno, El Paso. It's a big matchup here. El Paso looking obviously couple of tight late wins here in the USL Championship. We're trying to get past Reno away from home. It's our third game this week. Tough matchup for Locomotive.
Absolutely. We kind of squeaked away with a win last time. I believe this is the win where we had a penalty shot from Contreras that put us ahead.
Yep.
So, I wouldn't say we won convincingly last time. I don't remember all the details. But both teams are very different now than they were then as Velasquez takes it up the field here.
Yeah, we are getting forward. So smoke going off. Salgado on the run through the center. Omar getting the start today. He's going to unleash from distance, and it stings the palms of Reno's keeper. It is held by Reno and will be rolled out, but Salgado trying to use the smoke screen there for the for the shot. Decent shot on target and good to have an effort in the opening 3 minutes.
Yeah, definitely good to see. And he picked a pass off to get that run, so good to see that they're awake and that they're not letting anything slip early on.
Locomotive in the white on white jerseys as Andrew Fox miscontrols that. It's out of play. Interesting lineup today for Locomotive with Memo Diaz getting his first start, and he's playing at right back.
Yeah, I have no idea if that's where he's used to playing or if that's an adjustment made, because we're missing both of our fullbacks from the bench. So we'll see what happens if he can make it the full 90.
Velasquez with a typically mazy run there and able to hold on to the ball before playing it all the way back into the feet of Drew Becky, who also gets a start tonight. Drew starting in place of Chiro and Toko, who, I mean, goal scorer against gosh, who did we even play last time? Why am I blanking? Fresno, sorry.
Yeah.
Reno and Fresno just like melding in my mind. But anyways, yeah, getting that first goal against Fresno.
And Mark, why you got to do Chiro like that?
I know. Chiro with a great moment. I mean, we all expected him to score from a corner. I don't think anyone expected him to score with a low shot into the corner. More of a header as this ball played through for Diaz to chase, I think, on the overlap out behind. And it will be a corner, I believe. First corner of the match. 4 minutes into this one in Reno. The danger man for Reno, as we look, he showed his danger in their match in New Mexico. Corey Herzog, he's their top scorer. We'll get to him in a second, though, as this corner taken short to the feet of Velasquez. He's going to turn and take a shot from a narrow angle, and then it's shanked over the bar in the end. Memo, I believe, having the shot from the edge of the area. And it is, there was an appeal for handball there by Velasquez. Kind of half-hearted appeals, but his shot was blocked in front, and Reno now able to take the ensuing goal kick. But Herzog, obviously, he's the one to stop for Locomotive today.
Yeah, him and I believe they have another Masovsky.
Yeah.
He's also been on a little bit of a scoring run too. They featured him at the beginning of the game.
Bassetti with a nice move into the box. Not going to fall for Velasquez quite, though. Salgado all over the place here early.
It's good to see. Good to see that he's... I think we're going to need a lot from him today, so good to see that he's not afraid to get involved early on.
Out on the left, plays it across, no one really attacking it, but it is straight into the arms of Marchanowski in the Reno goal. So yeah, it is a bright start for Locomotive in the opening 5 minutes. Always good to see on the road.
Yeah, just as Mika mentioned, she's obviously not here with us, but I don't want to take credit for her comment. But they are looking very confident early on. And in a must-win game like this against a very good team, that's a really exciting thing to see.
Now, it is an interesting one, obviously, with this week, as now a loose pass here allows Omar onto the ball. He's got space to run into. He's going to have a crack from distance. Stings the palms of Marchanowski again. Good shot from a Salgado from distance. Gets it on target once again.
2 shots on target in the first, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
It's not a bad start for Omar. It makes you think that one's got to go in today for him.
Marchanowski seeing it all the way and getting behind it. But again, Locomotive just pressing well in these opening 5 minutes, which we haven't seen on the road that often. But now it's Kiffy getting down that left-hand side. Good cross in, and it's cleared behind.
Diaz again.
And it was Diaz trying to latch onto that cross.
So I'm not familiar. Like I said, I'm not.
Sorry.
26.
It's Gomez.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Sorry. I forgot for a second that Josue was starting again. I mean, good to see Josue on the starting lineup. Obviously, the other names on it kind of pulled our attention away as this corner taken back. That is Diaz, I believe, 23. Drop back as this chip cross up towards Andrew Fox. He nods it on goal, but nothing doing. Again, Marchanowski smart to it.
Definitely making Marchanowski work early. That's good too.
As this ball rolled out wide to the right, it is interesting. With the away games we played, it's interesting to play on this Reno field, which you can tell as Gomez, good pressure again, and Omar's in possession. He's got Gomez ahead of him, just delays the pass a little bit. Can he play this down the line? Ross to Velasquez. Lays it off to Kiffy. Ross back to Velasquez. He's in a little bit of space. Dribbles past his man.
What a move.
Lays it out wide. Gomez from a narrow angle. Saved again. But, I mean...
The defense has just been incredible so far.
Locomotive, the defending from the front, really.
Yeah, I think that those back four need to stay awake because something's gonna come their way soon. and hopefully they haven't become too reliant on that midfield early on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Reno, at some point, you assume are going to play a little more direct with how well Locomotive have stopped their playing out from the back.
Absolutely.
As they do go long down this right-hand side. One for Fox to compete with, does well to shield his man, and eventually plays it out for Becky to get to Ross, and now cleared downfield. Ooh. Gomez almost with a chance there off a weak touch, or a loose touch, I should say, is now run into midfield by Reno, eventually cleared away by Locomotive. Reno holding it in though well, and really the first possession to speak of for Reno in this one.
It's going to be a throw-in for Reno there.
Yeah, Reno earning the throw. Just a little bit of a spell here for Reno in possession. Playing it across the back four. Out wide to the left. Played across. Haji on the ball now, out wide. It's Richards out there at that right back position, but they're opting to just kind of hold the ball here, and they're really, I think, trying to get a hold of things given how poorly they've started the match.
Yeah, that start by Locomotive really flustered them, I think. Obviously, that's not how anyone expects to start a game, and I really think that they're just trying to regroup and remember what the game plan was. I think they're just trying to play catch-up for a little bit there.
First long ball over the top for Reno was towards Herzog, but didn't find its target. This one now, a yellow card issued already for a high boot from Yuma. The foul, or is it Velasquez? It was Partida, not Edson, but Reno's Partida. He took a loose touch, and
oh, that's going to be on Yuma.
It is Yuma, but there's not a lot in it.
No, I don't know if it's a historical thing. I think in the last couple of games, Yuma has had some risky plays with the legs, so I don't know if that's just one of the things that the ref was studying. But yeah, didn't seem like it was too severe there.
Yeah, it was a strange yellow card to issue. I mean, it set out a marker for the referee now. If that is the bar for a yellow card, then there are probably going to be quite a few in this match.
It's going to be a long game, yeah.
Mfeka over this one. It was eventually taken and blocked by El Paso's wall. It's going to come out wide here, Reno to strike it, but blocked away by Fox and then eventually cleared out into touch. Reno getting on the front foot now and putting El Paso under some pressure. Galindo playing it back, and they're going to play it all the way back to Marcinowski in goal. He's going to go long here down the center of the field. Headed away by Fox. Well done there. Ross misplays that ball to Yuma, and now Reno might be in some space here. Shot from distance is just wide. Ketterer may have had that one covered, but the first real danger from Reno on that one.
And I guess if you want to call it danger.
Yeah, shot from distance.
It was I don't know. I wouldn't be upset if that was our team taking that shot, but I can't imagine that was a shot that they wanted to take there.
There's a ball played back to Becky by Bossetti. It looked risky at the time, but he pulled it off, and then Memo Diaz trying to get it to the feet of Velasquez, but it's out for a Reno throw. Thought it may have came off a Reno player last, but referee hopefully a better place than I am to make that decision. As Locomotive look to win this one back through Velasquez, Reno have it on their left-hand side. Tries to go past Diaz. Well done. Rebellon-esque tackle out there on the right as he'll launch a long pass forward looking for Gomez. He's going to chase this one down, and it looks like he's going to keep it in as well. Tries to nutmeg the defender. Will he get to it? He pulls it back. Omar, and he's lost the ball in the box.
That's got to be a one-timer, Omar. That's got to be.
Has to hit it on his right foot first time for sure, and it's gone down the other end. Reno have it, edge of the area.
A good run from
Herzog saved by Ketterer.
A good stop by Logan there for sure. But yeah,
first stop.
Omar can't think that much, and that when you're 3 feet away from goal, you just got to let it rip right away.
you can hear the chants, and I mean, Logan did well. Not a whole lot to do on. I think he would have been upset to concede that one, but certainly did well to make the save and hold the shot as well, not allow a rebound.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's nearly a sore one there for Omar again. We saw how much a miss at one end can cost a team when in Orange County, when after his miss would have equalized.
Gotta be offside.
Herzog threw on goal. The flag was up. It would not have counted, thankfully. Fox with the prophetic arm in the air. Or Becky, excuse me.
Yeah. And Fox.
Yeah. But we saw how much a team can punish a miss when, Salgado missed at one end and they went straight down the other end and scored. Nearly a similar situation there. So just it's another situation where you want that clinical, that killer instinct in the box.
Absolutely. And when you're a team like us, who gets maybe, a goal and a half a game on average, you got to take every one of those easy chances you get. I don't think it's going to get easier for Omar in this game, unfortunately.
Has to be said, Memo Diaz, the initial pass, really, really good as Velasquez running away from his man here. He slid it through towards Gomez. The pass off target, though, just behind him. Very nearly moment there. But the pass from Memo over the top for Gomez, and then Gomez's skill to get into the box, well done from both players.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with what I've seen from Diaz so far today.
As Bassetti tried to get past a couple of Reno players with a nice little piece of skill, but it didn't quite come off for him. And Reno back in possession now. Velasquez, Bassetti really drifting inside out and a very fluid shape to their formation as Yuma has to pull out of that tackle before a potential second yellow card here in the opening 15. It's pulled back here. Reno will have a shot from the edge of the box. Appeals for handball, not given by the referee, and now a ball chipped out wide for Omar to run into space. Will he get past his man? He's taken down at the halfway line.
That's got to be a card, too.
It is going to be a booking, I believe. The referee running over. It should be a yellow card. Omar on the counter. He did really well to get to the ball first, and then he's just wiped out. It is Galindo, I believe, on the tackle, and Omar still down. We'll see. Hopefully he's able to continue. It doesn't look too bad for him.
Well, he didn't go down from the tackle. He came up after the tackle, so maybe just a little stinger afterwards. He started feeling it a little bit later. I think he's going to be okay.
But yeah, it looks like he's all right. It was a sore one, late tackle from Galindo, but booked for his troubles as well. So 2 yellow cards in the opening 15.
If nothing else, at least we've seen a little bit of consistency so far, so can't complain too much.
And so Locomotive will have a free kick just inside Reno's defending half. Bassetti over it. I mean, we know Bassetti can take a good free kick. It'll take something special to shape a chance from this deep, but he can deliver a good ball into the box.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to be looking for. Oh, he's just going
to switch play. Switches it out wide. I'm assuming that's Diaz out there. It's a pretty wide camera angle. Tough to tell exactly who's who, but Velasquez with his gloves, easy to spot. Central now, out wide. Bassetti in space. He's going to let one rip from distance. It's off the post.
So close. Will we pause for like 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay, now they're a little bit ahead.
Oh, right. Hold on. I got it. That was a very nearly moment for Alexi Bassetti.
Nope.
As we try to sync up our game action here. We're just about right. All right. Locomotive, I mean, Bassetti's trying his luck from distance and not far away from sneaking it in at that near post.
No, not very far. And it's so interesting to see that we've seen, I think, 3 shots like that so far this game. And I wonder, like Mark said in his comments, I think he's just trying to win games now, and I think he's realized that trying to walk the ball into the goal isn't gonna do it for us. So I'm glad to see that he's been flexible as far as his his principles go.
And all 3 at least keeping the keeper involved. No wild shots as of yet. In terms of they've all either been on target or very nearly. So. Very, very good efforts here in the opening quarter of an hour from Locomotive. But Reno now in possession down this left-hand side. Little little body feint doesn't fool Locomotive too bad. Sprayed out wide. Richards out on this right-hand side. Plays it, I believe that's Haji turning on the ball now. Back out wide, Richards, space for a cross. It's deflected, floats up into the air. It looked like they were getting ready for the bicycle in there. Thought better of it, and now Reno just looking to recycle possession. I believe it's Herzog from distance here,
Goes
well wide. Never threatening the Locomotive goal. And well done there from Locomotive to really kind of stifle that opportunity for Reno.
Yeah, definitely good defense there. I think it was, I forget who was defending on the right wing, but they had a couple good stops there.
Becky now in possession. Ball to the feet of Velasquez. A little bit of a poor first touch. That's a bit of a collector's item from Seth Velasquez, where he doesn't just absolutely keep the ball at his toe, but Reno back in possession as a result. Difficult one to...
that ball was fired in there. I don't know what he could have done.
Headed in and just wide. Herzog very nearly. He had the header on the penalty spot. It was a good ball in. Lacroix. And it looked
Risky
like it was
there.
going in.
Yeah, absolutely. Logan definitely was worried about that one, or at least he should have been.
Logan is standing over the goal kick. Chances at both ends now, basically.
No, yeah, it's going to be one of those games. I think we'll probably see a goal from both teams.
Flicked on there. Gomez trying to flick it on for a runner in behind, but there was no runner. And Reno again back on the ball.
And I'm wondering if maybe we're just gonna have a third barn burner in a row tonight.
Are you like health-wise? Are you prepared for that?
I took my heart medicine before I came, so I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, it has been, I think, a few people throwing around the term cardiac locos. Yeah. I like the cardiac kids or heart attack kids, but however you want to nickname them. The late goal becoming a staple of this week for Locomotive, as Richards trying to play that pass through for Masovsky. Sorry, just trying to get my pronunciations right. They're probably still wrong, but I'm trying to at least feel good about it. Masovsky tried to run onto that one. It's behind for a goal kick. Ketterer ships this one out wide. Kiffy trying to avoid his marker. Ross eventually kind of brought down, Bassetti out there on that left-hand side. Now I think it's Ross who's fouled. Now I think it's Ross who's fouled, and he's given the throw to Reno.
Ridiculous.
Ross just pushed down there in the corner and
hand on the back, arm extended. I don't know what else. I have no idea what else needs to be done for a foul call there.
Linesman didn't have any sympathy for Ross on that one, and they'll have a throw in from a pretty attacking area, easy to deal with for Locomotive and headed clear. Will Gomez get onto this one? He has. It's played infield for Ross, but
just a little
Ross caught late, and again, nothing given by the referee. Cross comes into the box, and it's over everybody's head. Diaz will likely collect this one. Does and runs into space. Diaz definitely has an air of the Rebellion about him.
Absolutely. I've been 100% impressed with him this game.
For those who don't know a little bit of Memo Diaz's history, he played most recently at the NPSL level as another potential foul just played on by the referee. No advantage signaled for either. As this ball chipped through Bassetti for Velasquez. Then Ross gets his signals crossed with Velasquez, went for the return ball, and it goes back Reno's way. But Memo Diaz played actually as a winger in the NPSL and won top scorer of his particular conference of the NPSL. Scoring 7 goals in 12 games. So he's definitely an attack-minded player, But obviously, Mark sees something about the energy and the quality that he brings as a fitting sub for Rebellion tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I've heard Mark say at one point that Memo, he's a starting 11 player in the right situation. So although I believe this is a sub out of necessity, I don't think that Mark has to have any qualms about it,
right,
or have any worries. I think he's perfectly confident in the quality of play for him.
Haji opts to play this one backwards. Locomotive trying to press Reno out and have actually moved him back from outside of the penalty area, but now they're going to get forward down this left-hand side.
Oh.
Memo committed to the tackle, didn't quite get it right. Twisting and turning in the box. Velasquez eventually earns a free kick. Good tracking back there from Velasquez to help Memo out.
There's a lot of movement from everyone on this team today. Everyone is all over the place.
It is, I think, at this point of the season, it's not it is everybody is giving everything to try to get into those playoff spots. It was refreshing to see on Reddit today, on the USL Reddit, if the playoffs started today, and see Locomotive in the playoff games or play-in games, but higher in the play-in games than what they had been, precariously perched in 10th until just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, and even that's not to say that they should get another bad touch by Velasquez today.
Yeah, maybe he's just not quite himself today, but wins the ball back. He is himself in that way. We know he's good at recovering possession. It's out wide. Gomez lays it off. Velasquez operating a little deeper now. Plays it out wide. Cross blocked from out on that right-hand side, and Reno now running into space. Haji twisting and turning in that midfield. Yuma thinking better than to commit to that challenge.
It's unfortunate that Yuma has to have that early card, because I think it very much takes him out of his element in the way he likes to defend.
Yeah, he definitely. He obviously has a very aggressive style in terms of defending. He likes to slide in. He likes to really get into players, I think, and he's really not going to be able to the rest of the night with the fact, his first foul of the night was a yellow card.
Yeah, the other thing that kind of concerns me looking farther ahead is that I think at some point Mark is going to want to sub him out, but I don't know who the next best option is going to be. Well, I guess we have Chapa available, but...
We do have Chapa.
I think that's a little bit of a downgrade as far as quality of defense.
Right. No, and I don't think you'd be wrong in thinking that, as Bassetti fouled there in midfield. Eighth Notch making their voices heard down here at Whiskey Blonde. As always, we thank those guys for letting us come out and just have a spot to watch a game. That's a little less. It's a little easier to be free than in my living room.
I love your living room, Phil. Don't worry.
Well, I appreciate that. I'll be sure to let my wife know that after as well. As Bassetti getting forward down that left-hand side, his cross blocked, and Velasquez can't hold it in. Reno looking to build out from the back once again. Long ball down that right-hand side into the feet of Masovsky. He's looking to run at Fox. Becky's got the support in the center. Yuma has dropped deep as well to track that run from Herzog. And Reno having to slow it down and take it back down to the half-court offense, as it were.
Yeah, really good awareness there. Really good job of everyone to hustle back and understand what was going on and where they needed to be.
Reno, though, after that opening flurry from Locomotive, Reno really kind of growing into this one and enjoying a lot more possession and a little bit more stability.
Yeah, I think I think it was a little bit of both teams were trying to come out aggressive, and I think we just happened to win that battle. But now things tend to slow down when you get towards the end of that half, and I think this is where you really see who we're gonna see the rest of the game.
It's another moment where you kind of look back at a couple of the chances and you think probably should have scored.
It'd be nice to be up at least 1-0 right now.
But Locomotive have shown a propensity for saving their goal scoring and doing it when it matters most. So
who even scores before the 89th minute?
Yeah, overrated in my book.
For sure.
We're achieving like prime efficiency where we only score when it's needed. It would be nice to have a little bit of comfort, though, as Reno getting forward from distance. They unleash a long shot from way, way outside, and it's well high of Ketterer's goal. Just that is, for the amount of possession they had the last minute or so, you like to see it end in a shot like that.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that means we're doing our job. When you keep the ball for that long, when you're passing it around, that's not the kind of shot you want to take. And to see that we're limiting them to that, I think speaks to the defense.
Long ball eventually booted forward. Gomez does well to control that one, plays it off a Reno player, and it is out for a throw. Taken fairly quickly by Bassetti to the feet of Velasquez. It's out wide for Omar. Omar's in a little bit of space here. What can he do with this? Crosses. Velasquez right in front, blocked. Omar's held it in.
Gomez is waiting for it at the top there.
Omar's going to put in another cross, blocked and eventually cleared by Reno. Another decent opportunity there for Locomotive. It looked like Velasquez was probably going to get his chance there.
Yeah, it's got to fall for him too sometime.
It was a last-ditch tackle that kept him from scoring, just Reno getting a body in front. Because I'm sure as soon as that dropped to him, his eyes probably got as big as watermelons. About 8 yards out from goal. It's central. You got the whole goal to aim at, and unfortunately denied by the Reno defender throwing his body at it. But this long ball forward for Velasquez. Well done there. He's being held a little bit out there on that right-hand side. No free kick forthcoming. Nice little back heel. Diaz delivering that cross. It goes over the head of Omar. Kiffy collects. Kiffy will put it back into the mixer. It looks like right-footed cross towards the back post. Teeing up, and it's into the side netting. Memo Diaz was running in at the far post, and it looked like a great opportunity there and could not quite direct it back on target.
Kiffy again with one of those amazing crosses of his. That was absolutely beautiful. Unfortunate that it couldn't be finished again, but you couldn't ask for more from the pass.
We know that Kiffy's delivery is absolutely top-notch, to borrow a turn of phrase from our supporters group. But the delivery there, it absolutely took Reno's entire defense out of the equation, and it was just a matter of getting it back on target. And unfortunately for Memo, he couldn't quite make the angle.
Yeah. I think that went over 3 Locomotive heads, and I think any one of them besides Memo could have put it into the goal. The cross was just a little bit high. I won't even say it's a little bit high. I think the Locomotive players are a little too short, because I'm not going to complain about that pass.
Out wide here, Reno getting forward down the left, passes man. It's put in towards the far post, but well over. And we've now played 30 minutes. Your thoughts on the opening half hour?
It's flown by, honestly. You said it, and I looked at the clock, and I didn't believe it, just because it's been a very action-packed 30 minutes.
You couldn't be blamed for, and now I'm not sure what is actually been given. Is it encroachment? I think encroachment against the defense has actually been given, where he entered the penalty area while a goal kick was being taken. Technically not allowed. But because Locomotive take their goal kicks so short, just to the edge of the area, he was trying to intercept it and cut through, and was spotted by the ref. So it was retaken. Locomotive in possession now. I think that's Bassetti trying to handle, or trying to get control of things there in the center. He was trying to chip the ball over his man. It didn't work out too well, and Reno back on the ball. Haji spraying it out wide to the left. Reno having trouble, as we said, breaking the lines of Locomotive, and they're really passing it around, trying to find those holes, but not having a ton of success so far.
No, I think everyone's been doing a really good job of defending, and even though all 11 players are on our half, we've also been doing really well at the counterattack too. And
eventually they just put a pass into touch, and so essentially exactly what you want. They give away possession cheaply, and now we have a chance to get forward. Memo looking to restart play here from the throw.
Yeah, Mark's got to be absolutely thrilled. I think he's going to be very happy when halftime comes, assuming the team continues to play the way they are. like you said, aside from those almost chances that we should have had, you can't really ask for more from the team so far.
Reno do win the ball back fairly high up the field, but the pass through the lines able to be picked up by Logan Ketterer. He rolls it out for Kiffy. Kiffy looking to run past Haji, opts to play it back to Fox. Fox, we know, loves a good long pass, chips it out wide for Memo, who heads it infield for Yuma. Yuma to the feet of Velasquez, who's dropped into his own half to receive the ball there. Sprays a good pass out wide for James Kiffy to run onto. Kiffy in a little bit of space, just slowing things down, looking for the pass to Ross. And I think Locomotive now trying to get back in their groove a little bit, have a little bit of the ball. They've been playing a little bit on the counter, kind of a foreign concept to them, as this ball will find Gomez, lays it off to Velasquez. That was a good chip through by Ross. Out wide now, out on this right-hand side.
Give it back to him. Oh, it's close.
Had men in the middle, opts to lay it back. Diaz with a decent cross, might fall. Bassetti saved by Reno. What a save there.
Yeah, I think he needed just a little more power on that.
Bassetti went for placement, and Marcinowski was wise to it, got a stretching hand to it. Yeah, maybe just a little too much finesse on that one. Should have held the circle for a little longer.
Circle and double tap.
Yeah, keep it low. Ross over the corner, though. Locomotive with another chance. Becky not really looking at the ball as the corner's taken. Not nothing against him, just an interesting note. It was taken short. Velasquez lays it off. Memo gets past his man, getting to the byline, has options in the center here. Cleared away.
And just past Ross.
By Reno. It'll be held in, though. Out wide, Bassetti again curls the ball towards the back post, and it's just
too much power that time.
A little too much, and it's over the heads of all the Locomotive players in the box. Gomez was interested in it, but couldn't quite shape his body to reach it.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, they continue to impress this game, and I think they're on a good run of form. You can't really say much else about it.
It is good to see as Gomez, another bit of good pressing. Omar with just Gomez really ahead of him, and opts to lay it back to Ross. Maybe a little bit of a quicker pass there would have put him in space, but chance now. Kiffy trying to get involved in the attack. Velasquez can't control the clearance, though, and Reno now back in possession. Kiffy making a run to the edge of the area. We don't often see him central. When he does, he always seems to try to make an impact.
Yeah, I think it's gotta keep him surprised.
Trying to, definitely trying to add a new threat, and I guess try to change the shape of the attack. Nearly worked out there for Locomotive, but it just got a little too congested, and now Reno headed back the other way. Decent move to get away from Yuma there. Haji out on the right, cuts it back. Trying to go past Bassetti, does. It's in front of goal, and they do just enough to get it behind for the corner. Andrew Fox with a little bit of last-ditch defending. It was very, very close to a pretty poor opener after a good start.
Oof, yeah. Yeah, that was close. I'm a little bit flustered right now. I was worried there for a second.
We were feeling pretty comfortable, and now Reno shaking us a little bit. Mfeka over the corner kick, crosses it in towards the center, headed away. Combination of Yuma and Omar, I believe, out there in the box. Velasquez chasing it down, but Reno able to get it back to Marcinowski. It was Lacroix doing his tracking back. He plays on the left, but as you see it sometimes with these teams when they attack or defend corners where the fullbacks are on opposite sides. So when they're defending in the next phase of play, they don't have a chance to switch back yet, so they end up on opposite sides. It can make for some strange football, but Reno, again, down the left-hand side. Herzog has it, I believe, out wide.
And even more importantly, it can confuse the commentators.
Calvillo, I believe, actually. So a little bit of a Bleach Boys situation, where Calvillo and Herzog both have like lightly blonde hair, not as striking as New Mexico, or was it New Mexico? No, Phoenix. Sorry, Phoenix is Bleach Boys. Yeah, not quite as obvious, but they have a couple of players with lighter hair out there, and I think they're kind of loosely mohawky as well. So trying to keep an eye.
I think that's the only way you can wear that color hair and that kind of the faux hawk style.
Yeah. Once you bleach, you have to wear that style. As Reno looking dangerous again here. Haji chips the ball to the far post. Diaz doing well. Velasquez, will he get to this? He will. He's running away with it.
Great hustle.
He doesn't have a ton of help, but he cuts it back. Now he's got a little more, rolls it into the feet of Salgado. Salgado into space. He's got a man out wide. Salgado blazes over from distance. He had Bassetti on that left-hand side. Little bit of a let-off there for Reno as...
When you start off that far, you've got to take a look. You can't decide that you're going to shoot when you get the ball at midfield.
I like that Omar is feeling confident. I wish he had maybe felt a little less confident in that moment. I would gladly eat my hat if Omar's scoring bangers, then I'm fully here for it, obviously. But it's not. It's a little tough to defend when again, good counterattack, looking dangerous, players in space, and you blaze one over the bar.
Yeah, with an absolutely free runner on the left side.
And it's Alexi Bassetti. It's not it's not like you've got
like a center back out there.
Yeah. So I mean, Chiro,
apparently our center backs can score now. So
I'm glad to see the lid taken off of the goal for our center backs, because that was one area that, I mean, Foxy had the goal against San Antonio, obviously, but a little lean in terms of defender scoring contributions, minus Rebillon, which does he even really count since he's essentially an attacker. But yeah, Locomotive back in possession here. Another good bit of defense to stop that ball through. Kiffy looked to play it long, but instead opts for a short pass to Bassetti. Just looking to play some intricate stuff out here from the back, but loose touch with the outside of the boot from Omar, and Partida for Reno will restart things. I'm going to have to find out Partida's first name, because
it's going to get real confusing.
Yeah, I don't want to...
And Partida's on the bench for us, too, so Lord forbid they're both in the game at the same time.
It could get extremely confusing for you boys out here. As well done there. Nick Ross winning the ball back. But Bassetti's ball for him, the return ball for him, not really of the required quality. Reno with the shot from distance, and had Ketterer a little worried, but it was over the bar in the end.
I think as long as Logan sees those, he's definitely got the length to stop any of those.
It was Mfeka who... little bit of a short, stocky number 10. Not normally like the build of those playmakers that you see, but definitely showing a little bit of quality here in the first half. Long ball forward for Locomotive, eventually out for a Locomotive throw. Well done there. I believe it's Gomez out there who chested that down and was able to win possession in a situation where he had two defenders on him. So well done by the youngster. Diaz, nice little touch infield.
God,
showing his attacking chops.
So good.
Gomez, was he fouled there? Question marks. Referee again.
Not there.
Nothing
definitely
given.
There.
That was a good win of the ball by Becky. Velasquez now on the ball. Laid out wide. Back to Velasquez.
Yeah, they were a little crowded there. I didn't see anything happening.
No, it was probably the right option. They play it back into defense. Fox, nice ball through.
Oh, nice
turn by Salgado. Looks to get past his man. Does. Gets a cross in. Gomez was in there in the center. Couldn't quite deal with it. Shot from distance eventually just skewed wide. I believe it was Memo, who also feeling himself from long range. I mean, we've had our right back score, so maybe he's looking to copy Rebillon in all phases.
Yeah, man. I would not complain if our right back scored again.
Down the right-hand side, Herzog, deeper than we've seen him all game. He's really been playing that kind of poacher's role, just kind of camped out on our back line. Not that involved in the game, though, so far, so Reno maybe making a conscious effort to try to get him more involved?
Yeah, I think that is smart of them.
Reno happy to be back in possession with those couple of chances here late in the first half. Just about 3 minutes of regular time left to play here at the end of the first half. We'll see how much time is added on. I can't imagine it'll be more than a minute, maybe two at most. As Reno getting forward down this left-hand side, chipped in towards the center, headed behind by Drew Becky, and it will be a Reno corner late in the first half. They haven't had much in the way of chances, but Reno with a little flurry here at the end.
The late half set pieces always have to worry you just a little bit.
Calvillo over this one from the left wing towards the near post. It's taken a bounce. Reno player down in the box. Eventually, it goes behind for a goal kick. And you always, as a Locomotive fan, you always just feel that little tinge of nervousness whenever a opposition player goes down in the box, because we've seen a lot of decisions like that go against us.
Yeah, a lot of questionable ones. But a few go our way too, to be fair. Not many. I think at most 2, but
free kick given to El Paso, luckily, because little bit of pressure put on there by Reno on us playing out from the back. Luckily, foul committed, and it will be a Locomotive free kick here at the...
I think there's one of those balls that they don't like. That's the second one they've decided to...
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the...
A little deflate gate going on in Reno?
Could be. Becky over this one. Inside the Locomotive half. He'll go for a long pass up towards Gomez. Salgado interested, but headed away by Reno. It's going to be held in. Diaz with a, I think, incidental nutmeg. Yuma with a inch-perfect tackle, luckily. Remember, Yuma is on a yellow, but he slid in there and did really well to win back possession. If it was a little risky, Seth Velasquez looking for Diaz on the overlap. Can he get there? Memo almost get past his man. It
keep the ball.
Might fall for Gomez in the area. Lays it off for Velasquez. Velasquez shaping to shoot, blocked on the edge of the area, and then cleared by Reno. But Locomotive not going quietly into halftime. They are searching for a chance here, and that long, deep cross is into the hands of Marcinowski.
Yeah, you have to think that they feel that they've been sold a little short this half as far as goals go, so they're trying to make up for it.
Yeah, it is it will be tough to take the 0-0, because I think on the balance of play, Locomotive probably deserve to be 1-0 up.
I agree, at least.
Yeah.
There have been a couple of shots that were just missing a little something from, like Bassetti's, just a little more power, and I think that's going in. But yeah, I think we've been the better team so far. 1 minute of extra time, it looks like.
Yeah, just the one added minute. A little bit of a USL, just weird script thing there on the added time.
At least it's there.
Yeah, it's a fair point. As Ross cuts out that cross. Eventually plays it back to Fox, who is going to put it into touch for a throw. Reno take it quickly, trying to create something here. Bassetti, was he just fouled? No, it's a goal kick, though. And barring a just crazy pass here from Logan Ketterer, that'll probably about do it for the first half. As we said, Locomotive probably happy with the scoreline, but regretting not grabbing a goal.
Yeah, you've got to finish. It's been the curse for us all year to not be able to finish those goals as often as we'd like to as the whistle blows there.
Yep.
But overall, I think Mark's going to be pretty happy. I think everyone can be pretty happy with the work that they've put in so far, and hopefully they come out with the same energy second half.
Yeah, it is a very good opening half for El Paso Locomotive on the field, if not on the scoreboard. We go into the halftime 0-0. Herzog limited in the first half. That will need to continue if we're going to get a result here. And but Locomotive game plan so far has worked, and we will see in the second half if anything. As Yuma having a little bit of a discussion with the referees, I think it's probably just about the yellow card.
Maybe, yeah, and I think it's also maybe a little of how much can I get away with next half? Are you going to cut me any slack at all?
It is 0-0 at the half. We will be back for the second half of action. I hope you guys will stick with us. All to play for here as we are live, as you can hear, from Whiskey Blonde with Eighth Notch. We will see you guys at the beginning of the second half. Until then, enjoy halftime, grab a beer, and we'll see you later. All right, we are back and just about underway here. Just waiting for the referee's signal for kickoff. And Mfeka about to take and has, and we are underway in Reno. Long ball forward from Reno from the kickoff. Taken down. They're going down the right. It's still 0-0 for those of you just joining us, and Locomotive had looked the better of the two teams in the first half, but still all to play for here in the second as Locomotive earned a free kick. Alexi Bassetti, down that left-hand side, and
we'll see if the teams are able to open, or at least if Reno's able to open like I'm sure they wanted to in that first half. Hopefully Locomotive able to hold them off.
Nodded back to Logan Ketterer, just trying to, again, settle things down here. But they are going to play through Reno's press, which is high here at the beginning of the half. Trying to press Locomotive into a mistake. Bassetti playing that ball across the back four. Diaz able to find Yuma in the center of the park, but loose touch and given away. Reno back onto it. Reno now passing it around the back themselves. Galindo, one of the two players on the field who is on a yellow card, him and Yuma both booked. Yuma booked after just about 12 minutes in the first half. So Yuma kind of walking on eggshells out there, but Reno having a player on a yellow as well for stopping a counter when Omar Salgado was on the charge. So Reno now getting the ball down, playing it across.
Hopefully the team plays a little aggressively towards him, try to take advantage of that.
Ball chipped out wide, Calvillo. Reno again, just taking the patient approach. Velasquez trying to press up a little bit, but Locomotive not too willing to commit the press, just due to the fact that obviously Reno keeping it deep. Don't want to get sucked up, but Reno have pushed forward now. Out on that right-hand side. Back infield, Calvillo. Plays it back out to the right. Cuts it back. Cross in towards the penalty spot, but it is going to be wide. Diaz watches it go out behind for a goal kick.
Eighth notch in full effect here in the second half.
They have shown up now for sure, and Logan taking the longer route, but Locomotive unable to keep hold of it. Gomez trying to win it back, but now played out wide. Calvillo. Haji trying to turn away from pressure. Yuma wins it. Locomotive may have the chance on the counter, but Omar plays it back to Bassetti, who switches play out wide. Memo passes man. This is one into the feet of Gomez. Just overcooked that one a little bit.
Reno just looking a lot more composed this half than the first half.
Yeah, they've definitely settled down a bit from how they started. They look like the home team now, I think it'd be safe to say.
Yeah, that's a good analysis there.
Reno camped out on the edge of Locomotive's area. Ball through by Calvillo, headed away by Yuma. Memo looking for options, finds Gomez. Gomez under pressure here. I think he was looking for a foul.
A lot of physicality there.
Didn't get it though. Locomotive play out of pressure via Velasquez. Nick Ross inside for Yuma. Yuma. Velasquez, the Yuma song ringing out, and by song I mean a very basic chant, but giving love to the experienced Spanish midfielder. Kiffy Ross. Kiffy chips a good ball through. Yuma unnecessarily heads it away. I don't think he realized he was in so much space. One back well. Gomez getting forward, shooting from distance, but it's tame in the end.
Too easy.
Yeah, it was very, very tame in the end, and Locomotive not really getting into gear here in the second half yet in the opening 5 minutes.
At least not all the way. I think like they're hustling. That was a really good, well-won ball by Gomez. I just think that last bit is not quite there yet.
Reno back in possession. Long ball forward from Reno, cut out. Kiffy with some good awareness there. Streaming forward now, Locomotive, and just a wrong ball at the wrong moment. Kiffy in uncharted waters in the center of the field and couldn't find the right ball. Ball into the box for Reno, eventually cleared. Velasquez running away with this one. Rolls it out wide. Bassetti rolls it through. Gomez might have an opportunity here. It's just cut out, but good chance. Good ball there from Bassetti, and Locomotive will have a chance to recycle possession now.
Another good build-up that unfortunately just could not finish there.
Ross to Kiffy. Ross finds Velasquez now, or sorry, Omar in the center. Now Velasquez. They're both wearing gloves.
On Omar.
Forward by Fox out, or Becky out of defense, but nothing doing on that long pass, and Reno cutting back the other way. Ross pulled out of the tackle. Yuma's pulled out of his as well. Chance maybe for Reno. Cut across Calvillo to strike, and Ketterer with a good save. Straight down the barrel for Logan Ketterer. Facing that shot from Calvillo, who slipped now, but able to get the pass out wide to Haji, or sorry, Mbeka. Good block by Bassetti. Loses the ball, wins the second, then loses it again.
Oh, no.
He won the ball. And the card is out as well. I thought I saw nothing wrong with that. I mean, a foul maybe, because he's taking the ball, but he's taking the man. Maybe a foul, but a yellow card. Again, I think it's harsh. Alexi Bassetti, the second Locomotive player to go in the book.
And it's hard enough when you're playing with a booking, but when the ref is being this sensitive about it too, it makes it that much harder.
Right.
You basically can't challenge.
Chip ball forward from Reno, and I guess they'll retake it. I'm not really sure. A sub was made. Haji off, Mendiola on. Number 40 for Reno entering the fray. Reno have it out on the left. Opt to switch it across field. It's challenging. Memo, can he get to this? He's beaten now. Able to get back and make the challenge. Will it be a corner? It looked like it went out for a corner. And it is. Calvillo out to take this one. They keep switching balls, and it's really freaking me out now that you pointed it out. Header in, headed off the line. Diaz on the post, saving a goal there. Nervy moments. It was actually headed back in, I think, by Becky. I don't know that a Reno player got ahead to it. It's come deep, cross into the box, headed away by Omar. Well done defensively by the big El Pasoan, and played all the way back to Reno's keeper Marchanowski in goal. Opts for the long pass forward, headed away by Fox, and then played across to Becky. Becky out wide. Memo Diaz now in possession.
Haven't seen the ball for a few minutes.
Velasquez running away from his man. Well done there. We've seen this type of dribble. Velasquez opened the game up, and he's done well there. Finds Bassetti. Bassetti from distance. Curler! And it's just wide. I think the keeper did get a touch there. And it will be a corner for El Paso Locomotive. Good chance here. Bassetti from distance. And I can't tell for sure from the angle, but the goalie does make a vital intervention there.
Yeah. At least they're getting shots off now is all I can say. Those first 10 minutes were a little frustrating, the good build-up, but not able to get a shot off at all. But hopefully we can do something with the set piece here.
Ross, in the 57th minute from the corner, chips it in towards a penalty spot. Free header and saved again. Marchanowski standing on his head so far tonight.
Definitely, and a good header by, I believe that was Becky. Pretty well placed, you know, I don't think you can really ask for much more there. Maybe if it would have taken a little earlier bounce or something. But.
Yeah, Reno playing it out now from the back. They're now opting between a camera angle that is far too wide and one that is far too narrow. There's really no middle ground here.
I hate to be Goldilocks, but come on now.
Although I will take a too wide shot over a too narrow. I'll say that. If you have to pan when somebody takes a shot, it's not good. So that's much preferable. As Reno now, though, getting forward. Laid back, Mfeka. That was a substitute in possession, but luckily Locomotive coming away with it. Velasquez eventually able to spin a pass out wide. Bassetti. Played off a Reno player and eventually out for a Locomotive throw. Kiffy out there to restart it.
Thoughts on who that first sub might be?
I don't know. I think it's a tough call because offensively we created in the first half, but didn't. So you'd assume a goal scorer would be the first off the bench. I'm thinking Kiesebetter probably, but it's tough to tell given the fact that that means taking off Omar, who's been effective physically speaking, but has maybe been a little bit limited early in the second half. So that might be the switch. I'm not sure.
Mark threw all the attackers in there at the end of last week's game.
That's a very good point. As
we might pull Yuma out.
Reno trying to get in behind Memo. He's done well. Cross comes across the box, but the deflection just took it away from the Reno attackers, and well done there from Locomotive to defend in that situation. It was Memo one-on-one, didn't cover himself in glory, but the rest of the team backed him up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, defense is a team effort, and as we see Yuma almost wanting to go in for that tackle there.
It was a toe away in the end, I believe, by either Fox or Becky there in front, under pressure, but given away now by El Paso deep in their own territory. Luckily, Kiffy wise to everything and able to run away with this one. Will he find the right pass and continue this counter? It looks like Locomotive not too eager to get on the front foot and go get something. We've talked about Mark searching for wins in these games and really wanting to go out and win. This week, nice turn from Yuma there. And now another Velasquez doing his best to impersonate. Bassetti running infield. Salgado dancing on the ball a little bit. Was he fouled there? No. Velasquez comes away with it and plays it out wide. Bassetti's now on the right. Bassetti looking to deliver a shot in, and it's just wide.
I would like to see Gomez keep running there. I don't know why he's
It is a corner. It is a corner in the end. The goalie did take a touch, or did get a touch to this, or maybe it's a deflection on the shot, because I don't think the goalie gets a hand to it, but maybe a deflection off the defender. If so,
it looks like the goalie's got ball in hand.
Yeah, it is going to be a corner in the end on the hour mark for Locomotive, but and I'll save my theories for after the goal kick. Over the corner. Can he create something from this? He opts to go deep. It's chipped back in. Gomez back out for Ross. Ross to the far post. Omar and Marchanowski did well to come claim that. It was actually Andrew Fox at the back post. Excuse me, I just saw a tall guy and immediately blacked out, but it is well held there. Marchanowski doing a extremely good job in goal tonight for Reno 1868.
We can say a Ketter-esque performance he's putting in today.
As Locomotive getting back on the ball, but Bassetti's chip ball through, looking for Gomez there to start that counterattack. Not quite able to evade Reno's defense, and now Locomotive able to win it back and are going to look to play it out from the back. Once again, Diaz getting past his man. Memo has had a good game tonight, starting in place of Brian Rebellon, who we hold to such a high standard given his consistency. But Memo doing a good job as the understudy.
Yeah, I can't imagine the performance would be much different. They've been so similar in how they play. And we haven't seen Diaz with too many mistakes today either, so that's a good sign.
62nd minute. My theory is perhaps this week, given the fact that he rested a couple of players, and I'm not sure if it's an injury thing, poor miscommunication there from Locomotive gives Reno the ball back. Imfeka here turning on the ball. Eventually Velasquez kind of fell over, eventually gives away the free kick. But I'm thinking maybe Mark, he went into this week, you faced 3 games, a potential 9 points. Getting 6 from the first 2 games, maybe overperforming what he thought, what he expected out of those games perhaps, and maybe seeing this as a chance to, as Reno, nice little pass on the edge of the aerial, Calvillo chips across back in, blocked behind for a corner. Reno will have a chance here, but I think maybe he sees this game as, hey, if we get out with 7 out of 9 from this week, that's a good week.
Yeah, you may be right. It's hard to hear that though. As a fan, when I think most of us basically spend our whole Saturday looking at the table. Yeah. It's hard to say. I'm okay with 7 when 9 is on the table there.
Herzog doing his best to crowd Ketterer there right in front of goal. Logan not too pleased, but the ref down was down tying his shoe for most of that incident. So instead, he's now having a word as the first sub is actually Chapa on for Alexi Bassetti. So it is you have to say it's a defensive change there for a Locomotive.
Yeah, I think so too. And if you're gonna do that, like I said, it's interesting that he makes it for Bassetti and not Yuma, who's on a booking. So that's a little concerning to know that Yuma's gonna have to play, pretty conservative.
Yeah.
I assume he'll play the full 90.
Imfeka floats the cross in from the corner. Yuma heads it away, and it looks like Omar will get there. Sliding challenge, though, does win the ball for Reno. Herzog stretched for it, couldn't win it.
That's push.
And now Locomotive going back the other way.
Ow!
Oh. Is it a handball? It looked to come off the hand. Omar did win it, and it'll go behind here for a corner. It did look like... Wait, he's given the goal kick? He's given the goal kick. I don't know how. I'm genuinely at a loss for words. It was either a handball or a corner, but it definitely wasn't a goal kick. Long ball forward for Reno. Hit on the volley and well over the bar. Masovsky, I believe.
As they say, ball don't lie.
Yep. That would have been an absolute disgrace if they had scored from there, or from that sequence of play as Velasquez trying to run away from a player. It looked like he was fouled. Advantage played. He's still running into Reno's defensive third. He's laid it out wide. Ross in support, back inside. Velasquez looking to turn, shape to shoot. Can't quite get it away, but Gomez will save by Marcinowski again, and it is Marcinowski for the seemingly 1,000th time denying Locomotive. I mean, he must have 8 or 9 saves.
Yeah, definitely. They've been good. Not all of them have been, lollipop saves. There have been some really good ones like that last one that we just saw there.
Like to see a little more of that from El Paso's attackers. Gomez instinctually knowing where the goal is and hitting it as soon as it got to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Long ball chip forward by Locomotive. Memo was trying to find Omar down the right. Couldn't quite, though. Contested ball there in midfield. Eventually won by Reno, and they'll recycle possession back into defense. They're going to try the right-hand side this time, opt to play it back. Reno slowing things down now again after those couple of counters from El Paso. Yuma exchanging passes with Chapa. Was he fouled? No, says the referee. Reno getting forward. Herzog plays a pass out wide after some nifty footwork. Cross into the box, headed in, and just wide. Masovsky on the end of that one, and again, very close.
Yeah, I mean, off target, but still a good opportunity there for them.
Infield, Seth Velasquez, switching play out wide. Memo Diaz opts to play it back to Drew Becky. Becky going forward a little bit, but lays it off to Diaz. Ball through. Omar Salgado is onside. He's running at his man. Cuts onto his left, shapes to shoot. Didn't get his foot around it. Just a poor technique.
Needs to be at this point in the game. It needs to be better than that every time now.
We joked at the beginning that he had a couple of shots from outside the box and both on target, but hasn't had the same quality on his shots here in the second half.
Hopefully they can continue. They can get a couple more opportunities and really finish them here.
Reno now back in possession after the restart. Omar applying some pressure along with Gomez. Lofted pass played. Velasquez was interested but opted not to press. Now Chapa applying some of that heart.
Yeah, heart. Yeah. I think we failed to mention Diaz, another El Paso prospect.
Yeah. So three El Paso natives on the field at this time. Diaz, Chapa, and Omar all representing right now. Hopefully someone can get a goal as a result, but loose touch there from Reno leads to some El Paso possession around midfield. Ross to Velasquez. Velasquez running into space. What's he gonna do? He lays it off, he gets it back. He was running into the area, but just shielded off the ball there. And we've got Lou Cepeda in the house. What is going on, Lou? How you doing?
They're a little too hesitant to shoot from the weak foot.
Yeah, Seb not wanting to let fly with his right. Tried everything to get it onto his left and just didn't have the space in there. 70 minutes gone now, and it is still balanced on a knife edge.
Yeah, it could definitely go either way at any second here, so just hang on to your hats.
Yeah. It's going to be a wild 20 minutes.
Someone's going to be very disappointed at the end of the night.
We'll see if Locomotive can be the one to send Reno fans home unhappy, as Andrew Fox standing his ground there and winning the ball well, that not allowing them to play through. And now a lofted ball over the top. Omar to chase.
No one there for him yet.
He's on the left. Who's in support? He can lay it off to Memo Diaz. Gives it back to Omar. Just a lot of indecisiveness on the edge of the area, and Omar lets the chance go. Chance of no mames, güey. Velasquez.
Do something with that opportunity.
Velasquez laying it off. Kiffy can put a cross in. It's rebound off the face of a defender. Velasquez on the left, just wide of the post. It has just been a game of almosts and very nearlys for El Paso once again.
Keeper not too worried about that one. I don't know. We're spending a lot of time in their box, which I guess is a positive, but with nothing to show for it still.
Reno getting forward again. Game feeling a little bit like the tail end of Sacramento, in that it was just back and forth, and both teams looking for that one opportunity to try to win the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think
cameraman fooled here, as I think he thought a foul was going to be given. In the end, it's a foul for Locomotive against Reno. A pretty cynical one there from Reno. If I do say so myself, probably should have been a booking.
Given the context of the last 3 or 2, I absolutely agree.
Reno readying a sub now. Not sure who will come off. It's Partida, so that's good. Edson is not in the game, and their Partida has come off. There can only be one. And so Fuentes on now, number 24.
Dora the Explorer?
Dora the Explorer. He has entered the fray, the headband and the bob haircut. Just missing a pet monkey and a talking backpack.
Yep.
As miscontrol there from Memo. Just a rare moment of poor quality there from Memo. Out on that right-hand side, he's been good in what he's been asked to do for the most part tonight, but not what you want to see, and just cheaply giving away possession. But Reno now on the ball after restarting from the throw, long ball forward, and it is up towards the substitute Fuentes, who by far the easiest person to pick out on the field. Just no one has that haircut. Like, no one else has that haircut.
I don't think so.
But it was, in case I didn't mention it, it was too long and out for a goal kick. I got distracted.
It's okay. I think just like Austin predicted versus Sacramento, I think this is going to be another one where a mistake is going to cost someone the game here.
Well, if if Locomotive are to get a win here, it is going to be under mildly cardiac conditions, at least at this point, if it doesn't get worse. As this ball chipped through by Reno, nice little interplay, but well done by Yuma to mop up back there, clears it out into touch for a throw. And then Reno's throw cut out by Kiffy. Ross and Kiffy combining to eventually get this one away. And it is into the feet of Omar, who again is doing well physically. He just needs to make that right decision in the offensive third. He's got past his man. He's got Gomez in the center. Gomez ran to the center. The cross was to the far post. And if he tails that runoff, if they're on the same page, it's an easy tap in at the back post.
I don't know how that communication works. I don't know whose fault that is in this case.
That's just a telepathic connection at that point of, where is the space and where's the cross going to go. Gomez gambled to try to get in behind right in the center of the goal, but the cross just carried a little bit on Omar, I think, and it's just one of those where if he makes a slightly different run, it's, all of a sudden we're talking about 1-0, but Alas, it is still 0-0 in Reno, knocking on the door at the other end. Chipped through and headed just away. The flag was not up. I think Locomotive players all appealing for offside. I think they may have a point here. Herzog looked to be in an offside position, but Becky stretching his vertebrae just enough to get the very top of his head on that. And it is eventually behind for a Reno corner. They've really taken their time taking this, which a little strange when it is tied. They're at home, and I mean they have to feel like they have a shot to win this.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not upset about it though.
Yeah,
I think the more time we have to regroup and think about things, the better for us here.
Fuentes corner headed away, held in by Reno though. Chipped into the box, flicked on. I don't know if it was a Locomotive or a Reno head. It is given Reno's way. It'll be another corner when it goes out behind.
Now, these really make me nervous. If you get the series of 2 or 3 in a row in a matter of a minute or so.
Fuentes switched out for the other substitute. Takes it short to Fuentes though. Lays it off. Mfeka on the edge of the area. Cross comes in from that left-hand side. Was there a hint of a foul in there on Yuma? There was, and it is given. So it is now a little bit of a heated conversation between Drew Becky and Logan Ketterer. Interesting to see that.
You see it relatively often, though. I think they have that kind of relationship. I think they like to. They're passionate.
They egg each other on.
Yeah.
As now Yuma took a little knock to the back of the head, it looks like, and Drew Becky obviously interested, suffered a concussion, was out for a little more than a month with symptoms of the concussion and some precautions, undergoing all of the concussion protocols. So obviously taking an interest in Yuma there, but I don't think anything serious as play will restart. Yuma up and moving just fine. Header won, I think, by Salgado, and then eventually, oh no, offside given in the end against Salgado.
Salgado not happy about it.
I think he thinks it was from a free kick, which I think he thinks it was from a goal kick, which you cannot be offside from a goal kick. But if it was given as a foul, then you can be offside from a free kick. So because it was taken inside the box, I think Omar may have thought it was a goal kick, and therefore thought that he couldn't be called offside. As another roll of the dice here from Mark, Aron Gomez exiting the match, and Jerome Kiesewetter coming on, and Jerome obviously breaking a little bit of a drought in the last game with that late winner. They're asking him to more or less do the same in this one and get another late goal.
I think it's interesting that Gomez is the one coming off. Between him and Salgado, I think Gomez has definitely been the better attacker for us. But who knows, Mark sees something.
Richie Ryan looking extremely managerial there on the sideline in the coach's gear.
I don't know. Watch out, Mark. That's Richie's sideline now, I think. That's what it looks like.
Throw win in for Locomotive, but Reno able to win it back. Fuentes trying to win that one in the air. Ross did well to collect it, but couldn't find the feet of Kiesewetter with that pass. Header back upfield, headed down by Reno, and then eventually taken under control.
I am interested to see how Kiesewetter plays on Wednesday's game, rather. At least as far as I've noticed, he was playing much wider than I've been used to seeing him play. So we'll see if he does more of the same or if he's more central like we're used to seeing.
Yeah, I think with Gomez coming out, he probably will take up that central striker role. But yeah, we will see. I mean, he can as well start wide and make those runs in towards the center. So a little bit of, he's got options, I would say. As this goal kick taken by Locomotive and not able to be won, but eventually deflected into the path of Yuma. And now Locomotive looking to play out. Kiesewetter with his first touches turns on the ball and plays the ball out wide, but asks way too much of Diaz.
I don't know if Revillon's a little faster and Jerome's just not used to that speed at the right back position yet. Reno,
as the clock gets ready to tick across 80 minutes. Long ball forward into Masofsky. They still got it on that right-hand side. Nick Ross applying the pressure. Trump Kiesewetter now pressing. Commits a foul in the end. I thought, again, a little soft, but Calvillo sprays the ball out wide. Reno getting forward down the left. Cut inside. Smart play, though, by Kiesewetter to come back and cut that out. Kiesewetter the target for the return pass, but it's just the quality hasn't been there the last about 10 minutes.
Very, very frustrating.
Reno trying to play through the center. Masofsky on the edge of the area. Right outside the box on the right-hand side. Cross comes in, cut out. Chapa eventually gets it out, and it is out for a throw. Reno restarting with the throw. Ball came into the box. Chapa able to turn. And then Kiesewetter does well to hold it. But again, Locomotive really trying to play out from the back and not finding a ton of success, but maybe they have now with that ball over the top. Kiesewetter on it, rolls it through for Velasquez. Kiesewetter probably needs to get on his horse and get into the box. But Velasquez spinning away from people. He's got Omar out wide, cuts it back, and no one was on the end of that cross. Reno headed back the other way. Herzog turning around the midfield stripe. Reno slowing things down again. Cross comes in from the right. Velasquez able to get the clearance down. Goes out wide for Kiffy. Kiffy to Omar. Omar trying to go past his man, out for a throw, Locomotive's way. Throw goes straight back to Omar. Can't get it out from under his feet, but does well to keep hold of it. Ross and Kiffy combining. Kiffy back out wide to Ross. Kiffy now one-on-one. Can't find the angle for the cross. And now Velasquez on it. Now a run from deep. Kiesewetter on the turn. He's found Omar. Tried to chip it back through for Kiesewetter. Kiesewetter was offside. Shot from distance from Diaz might deflect to Ross here, but he didn't know who was around him and eventually cleared out into touch. Locomotive applying some pressure here late on.
Absolutely, and I think it's what they've been missing for most of this half, and I think maybe Mark was telling them to just, wait for this moment and hopefully it pays off.
Kiffy's cross headed away. Yuma able to hold in the clearance, but now Reno have a break. It's 2-on-2. Yuma doing his best to track back. Becky forcing him out wide. What a tackle by Drew Becky. We know he's good at the last-ditch tackles, and we needed him in that moment.
Absolutely agree. You couldn't ask for anything else from him there except to make the play to save the goal there.
He had to get it absolutely right in that position, or he's given a penalty away, and he did get the tackle spot on.
I will also credit the Reno player for not diving. I know it's probably really tempting in that situation, but you got to be impressed for that too.
Lacroix over the ready to retake take this free wow, I'm struggling. Take the throw in, but James Kiffy is down, receiving treatment now from Locomotive's physio, and Reno readying a change as well. I don't know. This guy's about to give old
who was it?
Dude from Colorado Springs. A run for his money with this stash. Mfeka's coming off. And in the 84th minute, number 84 is introduced.
Oh, that is Kasipli.
For Reno. And so their last change of the game, their last roll of the dice, and they do have a throw in an attacking area after that Becky tackle. I believe Kiffy is all right because I haven't seen him come off or anything like that. Becky gestured back onto the field after receiving treatment. Bad pass by Reno, cut out. And now out wide, Memo receiving a yellow card for that attempted tackle, which probably deserved. Long diagonal ball cut out by Reno, though. It was a good idea from Locomotive, but not able to execute. Now out wide for Reno. Chapa interested but can't get to the ball. Calvillo in the center of the field. He sprayed it out wide and way over the head of the substitute. 5 minutes left to play in regular time.
Here we go. That's all you can see. Are we going to see the third sub from Locomotive is what I'm interested in at this point.
The last, you'd think maybe a partita just to maybe try to win it. But nothing forthcoming from Mark yet, as that long ball forward was hopeful more than anything up towards Salgado. Reno back on it, out wide. Ball down the line. Masovsky will get to it. Andrew Fox. They win the goal kick. That was really well done in the end. It wasn't the best tackle to start. The recovery was very good, and they earned the goal kick. 4 minutes left to play, and once again, if we see anything, it's going to be late. Well, given how this game started, a 0-0 would seem about the most unlikely result that you could possibly imagine. As Memo finds Seth Velasquez in the center of the field. Velasquez out wide for Kiffy. Kiffy's got Ross ahead of him. Tried to find Omar, but couldn't. Reno now maybe with a chance to counter. Locomotive applying the pressure. Reno with the ball down the line. Cross will come in. Yuma did well to spot the danger and deal with it. Eventually runs out with that. Plays a long ball forward. Omar back the other way. Omar running at his man. Omar, still Omar. Slid as he shot. Still Omar. He's brought down in the box. Nothing given from the referee. Did he just trip there on his under his own feet?
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't have liked the foul call there. I don't think it looked like a fair play to me.
Yeah, Reno now straight back the other end. It is breathless stuff here at the end of the match. Both teams doing their best to try to win this thing late on, and Lacroix on the ball out on the left-hand side. Finds the substitute, chipped in towards the center spot, but he was offside. The ball's in the back of the net, but it will not count. He's well offside in the build-up to that, so nothing, no issues. As the Pogo Loco rings out in Whiskey Blonde, can they just urge Locomotive on from afar to another winner?
They have to be able to hear him in Reno. I can't hear it myself at this point.
Long ball from Ketterer. Down by Reno. Bad challenge in there, and it is going to be a yellow card issued. Still looking to see who it is who received the yellow. I believe it's number 6, which is going to be John G. Yeah, I mean, studs up. He can't have any complaints.
I think it's a little bit of gamesmanship here. I think Reno's just trying to get out of here. I really think it's all about. I don't think they sincerely think that could have been a fair play.
Yuma over the free kick. Good opportunity here to maybe snatch one from a set piece. Ball chipped to the far post, headed away by Reno, and free kick given Reno's way. They take it quickly, sprayed out wide here. Herzog right on halfway. Then Masovsky, under the attention from Yuma, eventually fouled. I think Nick Ross, or sorry, Champa taking one for the team there. Reno take the free kick quickly again. Lacroix out on the left. Interested to see how much added time there will be here at the end of the game.
I think 3 or 4 is my guess. Enough to score a goal.
Calvillo. Reno cutting it inside. Fuentes laying it off to the edge of the area. Masovsky cleared away eventually by Becky. 3 added minutes are announced. Reno getting forward down the left. Lays it off to Lacroix. Infield for Calvillo. Calvillo plays it through, cut out well by Memo Diaz. And Locomotive maybe with 1 or 2 more chances here, but they will not get much as Memo misplays that pass. And Reno able to collect it. They will not have much time here at the end of the game. It is going to be extremely late now if anything is to happen. Reno in towards the penalty spot. Masovsky was interested, could not get on the end of it. And Kiffey able to boot it clear before it goes out of play. Reno, though, collect the clearance and are right back on the ball. Fuentes sprays it out wide to the right. Cross comes in from that right-hand side, headed away again. Andrew Fox the one, and then Ketterer claims. 92nd minute, just about a minute and a half left to play, and Logan looking to play one deep now, high in the air, up towards Omar, but not able to compete for it. Header in behind, taken down. Masovsky well defended in the end, and a free kick given. Andrew Fox defending well there and does well to earn the free kick in a dangerous situation.
Absolutely. Oh, got kicked right in the gut.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job of being aggressive, but not too much so. Just playing smart. As we see the last sub come on now.
Last sub of the game, Sebastian Contreras subbed on for Sebastian Velasquez. This may be a little bit of time wasting for Mark more than anything.
I think Mark's ready to get out of here with this draw.
It's a little, it's encouraging, but it's also a frustrating situation because given what we had at the beginning of the game, Mark more or less got the game plan exactly right, where created a bunch of chances early on, defended well, kept a clean sheet, and created enough chances to win. In the end, just unlucky not to get that goal.
Yeah, I think honestly the game was relatively evenly matched. It's just I think the first half was ours, the second half was more theirs. So I think it's a fair but unlucky result. However, we probably shouldn't start talking about the end of the game yet.
That cross from Masovsky, wild, and that will just about do it. We will see if there's any allowed time here at the end. I can't imagine there'd be much. Ketterer will likely restart this, and the final whistle will probably go as we've crossed that 93rd minute mark, and I believe it's just a matter of time. Ketterer boots it, and allowing play to go on. We are still playing. Salgado plays it out wide. Ross back for Salgado. Is there one last chance in this for Locomotive? It's out, and that is it. He gave Locomotive that last opportunity.
I think that last opportunity pretty much sums up the whole game for us.
Yeah.
As soon as the ball went out of play, the ref blew the whistle, so he was just allowing that last possession to happen.
Yep.
And that we made nothing out of it. I think, like I said, that was our problem all 90 minutes, and it's why we're coming away with this tie and only 1 point. But like I said, a fair result, just unlucky.
It is ultimately a 0-0 draw in Reno. Mark with an embrace there for Memo Diaz as Locomotive's technical staff over to congratulate the full debutant. Obviously, he's made appearances for Locomotive, but never started. He acquitted himself well tonight, Memo, and so Mark with an embrace for him. This result leaves Locomotive in 8th place, but now level with Orange County. If the result in Orange County stays the way that it is, which they're currently 2-0 down to Rio Grande. So, and with just a couple, that game is over. That game is over. Rio Grande Valley defeating Orange County. And so, that's right. Wait, why is it showing me that? I guess Orange County's not playing. Or are they playing? No, they play OKC. It's halftime at OKC. Sorry about that. Sorry for the confusion. But anyways, as of right now, if the result there holds, we'll be level with Orange County on 46 points. Actually, level with 4 teams on 46 points. And just goal difference separating us. Fresno currently 0-0 with Tacoma Defiance. Not that has much bearing on what's going on, but we'll have to keep an eye on the rest of the West as we do every week.
Yeah, the good news is, though, at this point, with the games left today, we can't finish worse than 8. No one can jump us at this point. Los Angeles has already played. If New Mexico wins, they'll be at 44. So we can rest easy and be relatively happy with the result, I think.
Yeah, it is a draw for Locomotive. And 7 points this week out of 3 games. I think Mark would have taken that at the start of the week. And 2 late wins, and just couldn't find the winner here tonight in Reno. But it is a good performance for Locomotive. Continues a run of good form and an unbeaten streak, which we haven't been able to talk about for quite some time.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to see, and at the best part of the season for it to happen. You really couldn't ask for too much more as a fan. Just got to finish out the season strong. We have 3 more games to make sure we solidify or we lock in our place, and that I think home match is still possible.
Yeah,
it's not out of the question at this point, and certainly not certainly an opportunity to miss the play-in game.
Yeah, there is still a chance to finish in that top 6, and we'll see just how it finishes out. I hope you guys will stick with us for the rest of the season. It should be a fun one, and we will catch you guys later. Until next time, stay loco.